Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm driving as I'm recording this podcast. I'm doing this podcast quite impromptu. But something happened yesterday, which prompted me to want to say something. An acquaintance of mine, or maybe I should call her an associate, one of my teaching peers, referred me to a potential training project with what she called a fairly big client, which she didn't tell me who it is. So the project is about training corporate clients on the topic of sustainability, which is my forte. And so discussions have been going on through WhatsApp here and there over the last 3 to 4 weeks. And what happened yesterday was that she was telling me that there is a possibility that the so-called client might need us or need me to come up with a lesson plan, which I think could be a lesson plan for a 2-day training. And I asked my associate or my peer this question. I asked her this question, that I assume that drafting the lesson plan for the 2-day training should come with a fee. And her reaction seems to imply that there is no fee that this so-called big client will be paying, because this client assumes that whoever they gave the project to design the lesson plan, the same person will undertake the training project. So my reaction was quite straightforward, and I have been learning to become more and more assertive, throughout the last few years. My reaction was quite straightforward and quite simple, that I do not believe I will be doing this lesson plan for free. They have to pay. And my associate or my peer, now nothing wrong with her to start off with. She was the same person who spent time with me 7-8 years ago when I was undertaking a new teaching module. So she's a pretty nice person, but the whole thing is not about her. Is not about her. It's about this so-called client, whom I have this feeling seems to be maybe unwilling to pay, or doesn't really think about paying for coming up with a lesson plan. So I told my associate that I don't think I will be doing this lesson plan for free, and I added 1 or 2 more sentences to indirectly tell her that she can look for someone else, because I don't want to be doing things for free. I haven't accumulated 15-16 years of teaching and training experience to do things for free. So my stance over the last few years have been very clear. I am not a greedy person. I don't ask for the moon and the stars. I ask for a decent per hour rate, 10% or close to 10% higher than what many people will be asking for, or some people will be asking for. I don't know if it's 10%. I just take I just plug this figure 10%, to give you an outline of what I'm trying to talk about. So I haven't come this far to do things free for people. And especially if you tell me that the client is a pretty big client, then why would they expect not to pay? Unfortunately, in the corporate world, a lot of people want to get things free, which I think is not fair for small proprietors like us. The big boys have to learn that, they are this big not because they utilize or take advantage of smaller fishes like us. There is a responsibility of being a big player, and you better realize what this responsibility is. So yeah, this is my 5-6 minutes mini rant, and I think it's probably useful for those of you out there who is listening in, especially if you're a small proprietor like myself. Thank you.